Call Halam La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. Peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect. To you believers and listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Much love and respect unto you brothers pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth. May Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. Shalom. It's your brother Yawan coming at you with another lesson. I pray and hope that it's edifying unto the elect. Alright? So, I'm going into a sensitive topic today on this serpent's venom that, they're trying to push on the people. And, a lot of people around me are getting it, even though I'm not surprised. Because, they receive not the love of the truth. But, what pisses me off is when they, people try to push it on you. They try to use, you got to think of your kids, think of your family, think about everybody else, not knowing that, this goes against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, because you're making a cutting in your flesh. And, when I bring that up to them, they try to bring, you got tattoos. Yeah, I had tattoos back when I was in the world, but now that I'm in this truth, I left that madness alone. Okay? So you can't keep trying to use my past against me. After a while, the shit gets old or whatever. And pretty much, I get why people are, allowing themselves to get bit by this serpent and receiving this venom. It's because, they're trying to save their lives so they can continue on in this society, in this system. Okay? So, but this society is crashing, it's crumbling around us, man. Just time to give it up, man. It's something better that's coming, which is the kingdom of heaven. And you got to believe that, because, Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus, and other prophets gave us clues what to look out for before his second coming. And we see those clues, we see that happening around us right now. Okay? I'm not going to ramble on too much longer. I'm going to go ahead and jump in these scriptures. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. And this is written in red, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. And, these people who's allowing themselves to get bit by the serpent, they're losing their life. I mean, they're trying to save their life, but the end result is them losing it, man, because, you're having people die behind this. They still, catching the plague, which y'all should know what the plague is. They still catching the plague after getting bit by the serpent. Come on, man. That don't make no sense. Why would I allow myself to get bit by the serpent if I'm still going to catch the plague? That just don't make any damn sense to me. Alright? And I hope this video doesn't get flagged or taken down. But fuck it. Alright? And us who are refusing to let ourselves get bitten by the serpent, we're losing our life, because it's going to come to a point where we're not going to be accepted by society. We won't be able to do nothing. But we're doing it for the sake of Yahweh Shai, because what they're trying to get us to do goes against the Heavenly Father, Yahweh's will. Alright? Well, he, goes against his laws. Alright? So from there, let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction. So this place here, America, aka Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon, is not our rest. Okay? It's not meant for us to prosper and get ahead here. We'll get all that in the kingdom of heaven. But you can't tell 2/3 that they want to be able to prosper on this side. So they're gonna get their reward. So from there, I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never, it don't say sometime, it don't say, partially. It says never trust thy enemy. And who was our enemy? Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man in these heathen nations, okay? Those are the enemies of the Israelites, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And you have the Israelite foreigners that are like unto the speckled bird, also known as confusion of face, that was scattered, that may look like the other nations, but their bloodline and lineage goes back unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Humbling himself, coming with those smooth words. And we're gonna go on to that. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked with them. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? You got them guys that be playing the flute, be enchanting, enticing the damn snake, the dance and all that. Who's gonna pity that man? Or any such that come not wild beasts? Who gonna, feel sorry for somebody who went out in the wild messing with a wild animal and they get killed? Who's gonna feel sorry for them? So we are not to trust our enemy. I'm gonna keep going. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? No one. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. He not gonna waste no time to take you down. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right, and that should be plain, man. Enemy come with them sweet words, but he, in the back of his mind, he's trying to see how he can throw you down. And let's get a precept of that. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Coming with them sweet words, but he got war in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's the nature of our enemies, man. They're trying to tell you that it's for the good of you. It's gonna do this, that, and the third. But we see it's doing the complete opposite. And then even though you got some people who not showing any symptoms from getting bit by the serpent, but like I be telling people, you never know. It's your reaction and all that's probably gonna come down the line. You don't know. Don't put your trust in this man at all. All right, so let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. And the rebellious children is talking about you Israelites. Okay, that take counsel, but not of him, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's what these people are doing by getting bit by the serpent. They're trusting and putting their trust in Pharaoh and trusting in the shadow of Egypt, going into that science, man. So let's see what the Heavenly Father says about y'all that put y'all strength into Pharaoh. Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. There you go. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not going to be dealing with y'all. So y'all going to be put to shame and y'all going to be confused by this man's so-called science, this pseudoscience. So let's jump down to verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because he tells you not to make any cuttings in your flesh, and that's what these people are doing. By having you get bit by the serpent. Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. And this is the mindset and attitude of these people. Okay? Verse 12, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Alright? So it's gonna be, since you want to trust in oppression, you're gonna be like a wall that's gonna fall. Jake's so goddamn simple, man. You know, it don't even upset me anymore, man. You people y'all gonna get what y'all deserve for trusting in your enemy. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe meaning destruction, to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many going into, Esau's military. Egypt is talking about here in America or wherever you're in bondage at. Because they are many horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. So they put their trust in the government, in their country, in their military, but they don't look towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to bring evil to, the heathen, and to the 2/3 Israelites who, that's working iniquity. Verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. So the one that's telling you to get bitten by the serpent and the ones that's getting bit by the serpent, y'all gonna fail all together. Thus said Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, thus says the Holy Scriptures. Okay? So from there, let's go to the book of Proverbs, Salakia. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. And both of those things are painful. Okay? And we're clearly in a time of trouble, and you putting your trust in the unfaithful man, because when has this man ever had our best interests at heart? Never. But yet y'all people are still putting your trust in him. So y'all gonna be he finna bring some pain to y'all, man. And I don't feel bad, because this is what y'all get for trusting in this man. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay? And this is talking about these governments that are set up. That are making these unrighteous decrees. That's trying to make this thing mandatory. Because this is really just a prelude to the MOTB, Revelation 13:16. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? And they ain't gonna have nowhere to go to help, because they thinking that these demons are helping them out, but these demons are really, having them dig their own pit. All right, putting them in. The Most High is putting these devils in the trick bag, man. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And our people forgot. They really just forgot Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who they ignorantly call God and Jehovah, all together. That's why they doing what they doing. They putting their trust in man for lack of knowledge. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he rejected them, and they're destroyed for that. Okay. So from there, let's go back to the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. Salakia. It is 14, Salakia. Matthew chapter 15, verse 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And that's what's going on, man. These people are being led to the ditch, being led to their destruction. Okay? They're blind leaders going with these Christian pastors, these celebrities, these athletes, or whoever. They leading you people. They're blind because they haven't received the love of the truth. And they're leading you, who are also blind, into a ditch, because y'all can see physically, but y'all can't see or hear spiritually. That's what makes y'all blind. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And y'all are a flock being led to the slaughter, man. And 2/3 of y'all are gonna die. But 1/3 of the nation of Israel is gonna be saved. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And we starting to see some of these old plagues from Egypt happening again. You got this monkeypox that's going on. It looks like boils all over the skin. And one of the plagues of Egypt was a boil. Okay. And those that he's going to bring with a mighty hand is going into the elect. Not all Israel going to be saved this go around. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. All right. Egypt is going to be destroyed, man. They're going to be lamenting. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. I keep saying that, about the cutting in your flesh. Well, Leviticus is the book of the law, really the first 5 books, okay? So, Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. And that is a commandment, that we are not supposed to make any cuttings in our flesh. So there you go. And then on top of that, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, man. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gave us everything we needed. We don't need nothing that's made, no laboratory or anything like that. It's Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 38, verse 4. Yahweh have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Okay? And that's going back to Hosea 4 and 6, destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We used to have knowledge on the herbs, on the stones. You know, we used to have knowledge of that, knowing how to do natural remedies and all that. But now they try to demonize natural remedy and using herbs and using the stones because they want you to trust in their science, which is going off. It tells you, I want to say in 1 Timothy, beware of science falsely called. And that's what it's talking about. It's talking about this pseudoscience that this man is using today. Go to the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he told us in Genesis, he gave us every herb yielding seed for meat. Meat means, for our consumption, to eat or whatever. And, these herbs, these medicines that he created out of the earth are meant, to heal us. And then on top of that, he built an immune system in our body to fight off anything. So you're not gonna put trust in the creation of the Heavenly Father, but you're gonna put trust in a wicked being who he created. Come on, man. This is Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. And that's pretty much plain right there, man. Physicians of no value and forgers of lies. These people are lying to y'all, telling you that, this thing is for your good, but it's not. From there, let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 118. Psalms chapter 118, verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, than to put confidence in man. Okay, so it's better to put your trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua than to put your confidence in man. Verse 9. It is better to trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua than to put confidence in princes, going into, your governments and all that, man. So who would you rather trust? The Heavenly Father, creator of all things, or the wicked? I'm going to wrap it up and close out with this. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. She uttereth her words, saying. And how's wisdom doing this, man? By the the men of the Lord, they're going out into the highways and byways, that's prophesying, preaching, and teaching the Holy Bible. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. How long are y'all gonna be simple, man? Turn you in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I'll make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye have refused. And how is the Heavenly Father calling? By his men. But the masses of the people are refusing. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. By us doing these video pistols and going on the highways and byways, that's how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has his hand stretched out. But ye said it not, all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So since you didn't want to take heed to, the men that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up, he gonna laugh and make fun of you when all hell's breaking loose on you. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. So when it's getting real bad, that's when y'all gonna try to call upon him and seek him. But verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because that famine of the word coming, and he gonna be like, hey man, y'all had y'all time, but y'all ain't want to take heed. Verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their devices. For the turning of the way of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So it's best to trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai so that you can be safe. Even though we still gonna catch hell, because that's him trying us, but you'll have a better chance if you put your trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright? So I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect and to you believers and listeners out there. Shalom.